Yeah, I'm really disappointed in the police.
Oh, he didn't have much to go on. The truck hit me from behind. Yeah, that's not too bad. Gotta get out today.
Yeah, and it could have been worse.
How do you mean?
Well, if it was deliberate, as you seem to think, then it was obviously a warning. You know, if he or she had wanted to, it could have been worse than just a leg. I'm just speculating, Tony. Do you have any enemies?
What do you think?
I mean, those that might want to hurt you physically.
Well, I don't know.
Well, have a think and let me know. We don't want any trouble in Brighthaven, do we?
No.
You know, there's a lot to be said for the status quo.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a very good band.
Yeah, Chowdhury's sense of humor will get you through any crisis. I will call in again, sir. Oh, I've always wanted to do this.
Oh, no, do you have to?
And don't worry about business. I'll take care of everything while you're convalescing. Don't thank me. That's what lawyers are for. So, Tony Simpson makes a speedy recovery. Thanks, Jay.
You said I was supposed...
I said, Warren, if you try to kill him, the difference may be subtle beyond your comprehension, but make an effort, huh? Apart from that, things are going extremely well. A complete absence of spanners in the works.
I saw the boat. Couldn't believe it.
The prodigal returns. How's it feel to be in charge?
Well, I'm just filling in case you...
I'm just passing through, Steve. How's my aunt? She and Elvis King and Queen of Brighthaven yet?
They left. Didn't she let you know?
Oh, maybe she wrote. We're travelling around quite a lot. Some of the smaller Greek islands aren't renowned for speedy post. Where are they?
The Caribbean. Mike, a lot of people have left.
Well, from the little I've seen, it's like a ghost town.
You could say that. Look, there's something I need to tell you.
Yeah, well, tell me over a drink.
Well, I'd rather tell you here.
Come on, you're buying.
Cheers. Leases are available in 3 more cottages. And given the current market price on Brighthaven, I think we buy and sell as holiday homes advertised in the London press.
Push the subletting options. Good earners in the tourist season. I think we might have squeezed as much from the Brighthaven orange as we're going to.
I don't know. I think there's a little bit of juice left. Then we leave. I hate loose ends.
What do you want, Steve? A pint? Hello?
Mike, let's go.
Well, where? I thought everywhere else was closed. What is it you wanted to tell me?
Excuse me. Oi! You.
You talking to me?
Ground rules. The pub is ours during office hours. The Milky Bar kid should have told you.
What, you got girlfriend trouble or something?
You're always this stupid. Would you go to evening classes?
Thank you, Jerry. Please excuse my associate. He had his brain removed to make room for more muscle. You must be Mike Nichols. My name is John Stern. My company have recently bought out Proctor Investments, so whatever was theirs is now mine. Very pleased to meet you. Would you excuse Mr. Nichols and I while we have a private word?
It's all right, Steve. Bit of business. How do you know it's me?
But I saw the boat, you know, Steve. It was fairly obvious. Can I introduce my colleagues? This is Charles Green and his delightful brother, Jerry. This is Mike Nichols. Jerry, shake hands, please. God didn't give them to you just for scratching and peeling bananas. Mike, would you like to go somewhere more private? So, as the new owner of Proctor Investments, as you can see, the money you borrowed from them to pay for your boat is now repayable to my colleagues and I. How would you like to pay?
I've got a cheque ready. I was going to post it. I hadn't expected the welcoming committee.
Prompt. I like that.
8,000 for the loan, plus 800 interest.
Wonderful. How would you like to pay the rest?
What rest? That's it. I borrowed 8,000 plus 10% interest. It's 8,800.
An awkward moment, Mr. Nichols. I do apologize. Please explain, Mr. Green.
If you had read the small print on your original contract, you would have noticed that in the unforeseen circumstance that Proctor Investments should merge or go into liquidation...
Get on with it, Charles. Mr. Nichols doesn't have all day, I'm sure.
It's perfectly simple. All contractual agreements, including compound interest plus any waiver or percentage differentials, become nullified if the third party, i.e. he or she, who has made the acquisition, decide to impose conditions, penalties or increased debit options.
He's done the figures. He's always right. You owe us £20,000.
This is not a joke.
No. I never joke about money, Mr. Nichols. I will take a cheque, but I prefer cash. Charles here has a detailed breakdown of what you owe.
20,000? I don't have this sort of money.
When do you think you can get it?
I'll have to think about it.
Well, think quickly, please, Mr. Nichols. We're busy men. I'm a lawyer. Chaz here is an accountant. Jerry is, Jerry. We're a business consortium. Everything I do is perfectly legal. You know, I look forward to an occasion when this little debt is paid and we can socialize properly together. You have a week. After that, we'll start legal proceedings to recover the debt. Thanks for coming, Mr. Nichols. I can recommend a good solicitor who will charge you £200 for telling you I'm right.
It's funny how you can dislike someone so much when you've only just met them.
Oh, I'm sure a touch of psychotherapy will help you there, Mr. Nichols. I'm told unresolved anger can so easily turn cancerous. And I need you in perfect health until I get my money. Great pleasure to meet you, sir.
Now go away before I pull off that beard and make you eat it.
Maybe we should reduce the loan or defer it.
Because?
Things have been going well. Everyone's knuckled down very nicely. He was seriously angry, and the last thing we need is a loose cannon.
Well, I can make sure he leaves, either voluntarily or in an ambulance.
No wonder the army didn't want you, Jerry.
I'm sick of you talking to me like I'm some kind of idiot.
Not some kind, a very specific kind. If you don't like the way I'm organising business in Brighthaven, leave. You're here as a last resort, in case we need a thug. And because your brother is a very clever accountant. You know, having Mr. Nichols in a debt may be very useful now the police have taken to watching all of us.
Yeah, how?
I'll tell you when I need to and not before. I have some business, gentlemen. Excuse me.
One day I'll kill him.
Well, that'll be the day that you're on your own, Jerry.
Hello, George.
Hello, Mike. When did you get back?
Today. Yeah, already. It feels like years.
Things have changed, all right.
Yeah, nice being your own boss.
It's not all roses. I have to borrow a bit.
Oh, I know the feeling. The town looks like it's had a cardiac arrest. Almost wish I'd stayed away.
You're going against the tide, coming back when everybody's leaving. Rats and sinking ships.
I'm not back for long, George.
Got business here too, have you? Little deal on the side with my dad.
What are you talking about?
What are you doing with those three?
What do you mean?
Well, if you don't know.
Steve, what exactly have those three been up to?
Your mates. They got their claws so far into Brydehaven it can't breathe. They started buying up leaseholds and increasing rents so people would leave, and then they could either sell or charge inflated rents to holiday makers, putting pressure on people to sell, which is what they did to Aunt Nichols. They even started getting people to pay business consultation fees. They're supposed to invest it, but that's rubbish. Polite term for protection money. Dad pays it, don't you?
Is this true, George?
Have you seen that Jerry bloke? He's a psycho.
Steve, I borrowed some money from a loan company for my boat, and I've come back to pay it off. Now, I walk into the pub with you to discover that those three have taken over the loan company. Now, I've never seen them before. It's just bad luck.
Good. Now that's settled, perhaps you'd like to order something.
What are you going to do about them?
Well, I'm going to mind my own business, sort out this loan, and get on my way.
Tea?
What about what they're doing to Brydehaven?
Coffee? Light snacks? Doesn't have to be a
The
problem here.
town has a police force, council, residents, business people. Let them do something.
They're scared. You can see it in their faces.
Stick a rock?
But that's not my problem.
Mike, this is your home. You loved it here.
Yeah, and maybe it's worth fighting for, but it's not my fight.
What about a Jaffa cake?
Copping out, you mean?
If that's how you choose to see it.
I do. I thought you'd have the guts to do something. I used to look up to you.
It's dangerous to look up to people, Steve.
I'll take care of those three myself.
Why can't people argue and spend money at the same time?
Shut up, George.
Police harassment is a very serious business.
There's been a lot of petty crime. We're just maintaining a presence in the hope of inhibiting it.
Oh, good luck with your inhibitions, and help you catch your petty criminals.
Well, hello, stranger. Lost your razor?
Lost your uniform?
Are you off anywhere?
I was trying to. I was coming to see you anyway.
Oh, yeah, thinking of picking up where we left off.
Should I?
Why do men always think they can disappear for months on end, then turn up out of the blue and expect a hero's welcome?
I wasn't expecting anything.
Then you won't be disappointed.
Since I arrived back here, everyone I know has either left or wants to bite my head off.
Must be your fatal charm.
Well, I just wanted to say hello and ask for some advice, that's all.
Advice on what?
Stern. He now owns the company I borrowed money from. He's upped it from a loan to the national debt. It can't be legal.
It will be. He's a lawyer. He's very good at playing just this side of the rules. You should have read the small print. At least you're not the only one. George borrowed heavily from Stern to get the caff off the ground. There's a lot of people owe him.
Yeah, Steve told me how they'd taken over.
It's a lot worse than Steve thinks.
I'm not sure I want to hear. Will it help to pay off my debt?
No. At least you know what you're up against. Suit yourself.
Well, OK, so tell me.
Oi! That's Mike's boat.
I don't think you understand.
I understand, mate. You're breaking the law. Come on, off.
Don't be silly. Go build some sandcastles or something.
Kid, don't act the hero. We don't have heroes anymore. Didn't you know that? No, this is going to end in tears. Jerry, do nothing I'll live to regret.
I don't normally tell people what I'm going to do to them, but for you, I'm going to make an exception. First, I'm going to send a few of your teeth on holiday, then flatten your nose so much people are going to think your nostrils are your ears. Then I'm going to put your foot in the prop shaft and rev it a few times.
This is not clever. Pulling out.
Jerry! Jerry, get him out there! Do it! He's all right. Take him back to the calf. After a few minutes, he'll probably throw up. After that, give him hot drinks and keep him warm. And say nothing about this to the police. Do you understand? Do you understand, George?
Yes. Son, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Please accept my profound apologies. Chad, get back. Right then, back to the pub. knew we'd come first, second, and third in a race for stupidity. What would have happened if the police had been watching us? What you don't seem to realise is this is not a gangster film. We are trading, dealing as quietly and efficiently as possible. We feed on this place, and we move on. Chaz, your brother's got to go. He's a liability.
I know he's a bit hot-headed, but it won't happen again, will it, Jerry? Jerry...
You're insulting me again.
Yeah, someone has to.
Mr. Stern, I'll take responsibility.
Yeah, I'll hold you to that.
They are, son, nice and hot.
What's happened to Steve?
Leave it, Mike.
What was it?
Nothing.
Well, it must have been something. Steve? You know, it's funny. I remember a time you couldn't get some people around here to shut up, and they've all had your tongues removed. What happened, Steve?
It was Jerry and Chaz. Well, Jerry, really. Stern came along.
When are the police coming?
He's all right now, aren't you, son?
Yeah, brilliant.
You have called the police, George. He's your son.
It's easy for you. You haven't had to live here. They sort of own the place. Involve the police, and all sorts of things will start to happen here. Rents will go up, solicitors' letters, court injunctions. Suppliers will decide not to supply me anymore. It's happened to too many people here, Mike.
Well, so you're running scared just because one of them's clever and can twist the law around his little finger? What about you, Simpson? You used to be the big cheese, wanted to turn this place into Monte Carlo. Little bird told me you're in their pockets, too.
Little bluebird called Melanie.
Yeah, what they got on you, eh?
None of your business. Look, why don't you just leave, Nichols? Move on. You're not wanted in Brydehaven.
Well, that's been made pretty apparent.
Thought you'd make a difference.
Yeah, well, I can't. I'm going to take my boat.
Your boat's theirs.
You what?
That's how this happened. They were on your boat trying to move it. I tried to stop them, and Jerry held me by my ankles so my head was underwater. He's a nutter, Mike.
Yeah, please. Yeah, will you send a car and some officers to the pub in the harbour, please? A violent assault seems to be taking place. Why the hell is your brother trying to fight back?
What?
Doesn't he realise Mr. Nichols is doing us a great favour?
I don't think Jerry quite sees it like that.
I did, officer.
What happened?
He nearly killed Steve.
I wasn't talking to you.
Melanie.
Ah, old friends. I do hope this personal dimension will not interfere with your pursuits.
I asked you what happened.
Well, this man barged in while my colleagues and I were working. He immediately attacked my colleague, Mr. Green, here, who, as you can see, is seriously injured. The attack was entirely unprovoked. My colleague merely tried to defend himself. I'd say this constitutes grievous bodily harm.
I'll decide what it constitutes.
Yes, of course, and I'm sure you know your job well enough to appreciate the severity of this attack.
Do you know why this man attacked you?
Oh, I'd say my colleague is too distressed to speak. In fact, I'd say he needs medical attention. As for Mr. Nichols, I can only surmise that he resents having incurred debts beyond his means.
Michael Nichols, you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something you may later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be used in evidence.
I'll be coming back for you, Stern.
You know, I'm so glad I didn't specialise in criminal law. You meet such unsavoury types. I want you to rest assured that my colleagues and I will be at your disposal for questioning whenever it is convenient for you. And may I congratulate you on the speed with which you arrived. You know, it was almost as if you were watching over us.
Just shut up. Congratulations.
It's not my birthday.
No. But Stern must think it's his, though. You did exactly what he wanted.
He didn't know what I was going to do.
Underestimating him is your second big mistake. You started the fight, so you're to blame. They've just phoned in to say they will be pressing charges.
And what about what they did to Steve?
He started it. Stupidity obviously goes with the job of harbour master. You owe them money, right? The boat is collateral. They have a perfect right to keep it, especially as the loan is overdue. Do you want to know what really makes me want to set fire to that beard?
I can hardly wait.
We were keeping them under surveillance.
So why didn't you tell me?
Because it's none of your business. You're just passing through, Mike. Enjoy your supper. So you go to trial in about 2 weeks. Don't forget, you report to the station every day and you do not leave Whitehaven.
Well, how could I when everyone's been so welcoming?
And no fighting.
You come to gloat?
That would be infantile. I'll give you a lift.
No, thanks.
Pride. Such a stumbling block. Get in, Mr. Nichols. We've important business to discuss.
Listen to this. It's exquisite. You know why I love opera?
Men in tights.
One can experience all human emotion in complete safety. You're probably a Radio 2 quizman. You know, you'd be thankful to hear that Jerry sustained only superficial injuries. But if need be, I can get 3 Harley Street doctors to swear on oath that your vicious attack caused the stress and anxiety that only compensation of, say, £200,000 would begin to alleviate.
Just get to the point.
You're in our debt. You can't pay back the loan. You cannot pay Jerry's compensation. You go to jail, you lose your boat. You will have a criminal record. In fact, life is not too rosy for you at the moment, Mr. Nichols.
One day, when all that smarm and cleverness is gone...
Yeah, but until that happy day, I shall continue to pull the strings. But you know, there is one way out of your dilemma. You do a little job for us, and we'll drop all the charges. We'll defer your loan for a year, and you can keep your precious boat.
No.
Mr. Nichols, don't make yourself out to be a bigger fool than you've already shown yourself to be. This is England of the 21st century. Join it.
What's the job?
Oh, no danger to you. You don't have to harm anyone. Agree, and I'll give you specifics.
Give me 24 hours to think about it.
That'll be 11:32 tomorrow morning. Have a pleasant day.
Out damn spot.
Thought you'd be going grey in prison. Who let you out?
The good fairy. I'm here to ask you for something.
No.
You've done very well out of Bridehaven over the years. Your business interests, tourism, council. Now it's time to give something back.
I'll pay my taxes.
But you know what I mean. You're the only one with any clout who can stop Stern and the other two. The police can only watch. People are scared witless.
What can I do?
Well, use your influence. Use your money. Persuade people to stop dealing with them. Stop paying them. Get the council to blind them with bylaw restrictions. Anything.
Oh, yeah. Then I'll end up in hospital with more than just a broken leg.
They were responsible.
Who else?
And will you do something?
I can't.
What have they got on you?
Nothing. Look, besides, I'm not a hero. I'm just as scared as everybody else.
You'll never up that name off, Simpson. It's probably gone straight through to your skin.
Coffee? I saw you getting out of Stern's car, Mike. What's going on?
Too much.
Where are you going now?
For a drink.
Maybe we should wait.
No, waiting is not an option. Custom and excise are already investigating all our accounts. They'll move soon. Have I ever been wrong? And Brighthaven is indeed running a little dry. Mr. Nichols, have you made your decision?
Yeah, I'm in. I've no choice.
Good. Look on it as community service. We shall be gone and dear little Brighthaven will be free of us.
What's the job?
I need you to take me to the Channel Islands using your former boat. Why you? Well, you know the area. You're good with boats. You were a respected figure. You're less likely to arouse suspicion should we meet the Coast Guard.
So why the sudden desire to leave?
That's none of your business.
Quiet, Jerry. Someone is too interested in our affairs. I'd prefer they weren't.
Don't tell him everything.
Shut up, Jerry. Mr. Nichols is up to his ears in debt and trouble. We're trying to give him a clean break. Well, we have a number of accounts in Brighthaven. Tomorrow morning, all monies will be withdrawn, and you and I will take it in your boat to the Channel Islands. That's all you need to know.
What have you done with my boat?
I've moored it along the coast. I can't sail it that far. After that, I need someone who knows what they're doing.
I think we should all go in the boat with the money.
You and Chaz will stay here. We can't all suddenly swan off together. It would look suspicious. No, I'll be back in the morning when we're all clear. Midday tomorrow, Mr. Nichols. And don't think of going to the police. Welcome to the real world, Mr. Nichols.
I'll ask you one last time. Will you help?
I'm sorry, Steve.
This is my patch, my stakeout. Any crimes committed here are a police matter.
Look, sweetheart.
I'm not your sweetheart.
Already I feel better. I know these men. I've got a file on them that thick. The fact is, whenever there's a suspicion that something is going to be moved in or out of this country illegally, then Customs and Excise have a right and a duty to become involved.
But you don't have seniority.
I'm the sheriff now. You can be my deputy, sweetheart.
John Briggs, Customs and Excise. Very interested in Stern & Co.
Well, they're planning to do a runner. Clean out all their accounts, take it to the Channel Islands. I'm to take Stern on my boat.
Sorry? I'm not very clear here. I mean, you're actually working with them.
Well, it crossed my mind. No, they want me to.
We are looking at almost $500,000 here. Much of it meant to be clients' investment accounts. Stan has probably set up the offshore accounts already. Now, the moment when they attempt to leave these shores without permission from all clients, which is probably half the population of Brighthaven, is the moment when they break the law. Now, this is my territory. Stay away.
I have seniority.
Well, maybe you two could play out your families for a while, but we need to work together if we're going to get them. Now, there might be a way. There's one or two places the boat might leave from, but they won't tell me which. But there's only one connecting coast road. Now, you wait for Stern on that road, and have officers ready to move in on the pub for the other two.
No, too risky.
Have you got a better idea?
I'm completely against this.
Good, then it must be worth doing.
Whatever it is, the answer is no.
I might be here to offer you something.
And are you?
No, not unless you count an opportunity to regain your self-respect.
The only people who go on about self-respect are therapists and mad dictators.
What has Stern got on you?
Oh, go away. I'm trying to destroy my liver.
It's important. You want them gone, don't you? And there's a chance to get rid of them, just a chance. But I need to know as much about them as possible. Anything might be useful.
You're a fool to take them on. I've seen what they can do. Stern, he's clever. Jerry's a psychopath. His hobbies are explosives and beating people up.
So what's their connection with you?
I met Stern about 10 years ago. He flattered me, told me I was clever, going places. We formed a company to build an office block on the cheap. Materials so shoddy you could have blown it over. Still, he knew how to get around the safety regulations. What I didn't know was that they intended to start a fire and claim the insurance. Jerry started it with an explosion that could have destroyed a small continent. Only there were a couple of homeless blokes sleeping rough in the building.
So what happened?
They both died. My name was the only one on all the paperwork. Stern saw to that. It was the only reason he got me involved in the first place. Well, it got me off all liability. But 2 blokes died. Sometimes I wake up in the early hours of the morning and I'm back there in that morgue. And Stern, well, he still has all the paperwork with my signatures on.
So he could use it if he wanted to?
He'd do anything. If you're thinking of going up against him, don't bother. They'll have you airbrushed from the planet. Stern's the sort of bloke who wins.
Well, nobody wins all the time.
Hey. This conversation never happened.
What conversation?
Harbour Master Bridehaven.
It's John Stern.
What do you want?
I'm afraid it's about your father. Well, we called George in to discuss his outstanding loan, and I'm afraid he had some sort of attack. So I called an ambulance, but my, what a transformation. Smooth as a bro cream pie.
Let's get on with it. What's this?
Just a little insurance.
Yeah, we'll let him go first. I mean it.
Oh dear, tough guy talk. Okay, let's do tough guys. You back out, he gets very badly hurt. I get caught, he doesn't even live. So I hope you haven't had a word with the thin blue line. You be a good boy, he'll get freed. You have my word as a lawyer.
And how much is that worth?
That's all you've got.
Anything happens to him, I'll find you somehow, sometime.
Don't tell me, then you'll kill me. You know, it's marvelous. You're up to your eyes in debt, you've got a prison sentence hanging over you for GBH, you're jobless and obviously witless, and now you want to commit murder. Very clever, Mr. Nichols. Chaz, I will phone you as soon as this money is safe. And make sure Godzilla here does not make too much of a hash of his simple duties. Keep the boy in your sight, don't let anyone in. Let's go, Nichols.
Put that away. Customs and Excise should have handled this. Once the local plod gets involved, somebody always drops the chips in the gutter. You're enjoying this, aren't you? After promotion, are we?
Ignore that.
That Nichols bloke. You his girlfriend?
No.
You were, though. I can tell. I got a nose for these things.
Just drop it.
Okay. By the way, if this all goes wobbly, you can carry the can.
5 minutes. I'll be here.
You switched the cases.
Mr. Stern now has a case full of freshly guillotined white bond paper. Nothing but the best.
Brilliant. He'll have a heart attack. At least he would have done.
What do you mean, would? Jerry, what have you done?
Little extra insurance.
Kaboom! Not the car. Have you wired the car? Oh, no, no, no. Please, Jerry. Please, Jerry. Tell me you're joking.
It's one of my best. I've wired the bomb to the CD player. You know how he's always playing that Ponzi Tosca stuff? Right? Oh, there's that bit where the bird hits the really high note. I've wired the bomb so it whacks off on that. It's like a frequency trigger when it goes to red.
Or maybe you'll switch it off before the big moment.
No, same result.
Kaboom! Oh, no, I'm phoning him.
No!
Jerry! It's murder!
He had it coming. We've got the money, it's okay. We can get away.
You fool, you bloody jelly-brained fool!
Don't talk to me like that! Like him!
The police will be watching here. We could have just walked away by the time they found him. We would have been halfway to London in a hire car. Now you've screwed the whole thing up. His bloody mobile's not working. Pack up, we're clearing out.
This isn't the main coast road.
If the police had got wind of this, they'd be waiting on the coast road. I'm one of half a dozen people who know this route.
Good boy. Hopefully you're finally waking up at last to the fact that this is Millennium England, huh? Supply and demand, cellnet dealing, virtual finance, digital business. There you were in the Navy. A quaint little job at the English seaside, like some 19th century duck pond hornblower. Now the real world has caught up with you and it doesn't like you. And it hurts like Billy-O. Wonderful to behold.
Don't you ever shut up?
Yeah, with difficulty I could listen to myself for hours. Except when this is on. And no interruptions.
Mike should be here by now. Something's wrong. We go to the pub.
Amateurs, I thought I made it clear. We can't do anything until they break the law.
I'll take responsibility.
Breaks your heart, the absolute futility of human feeling. Don't you ever think, Nichols, how like ants people are? I mean, take you, for instance. You think you're an individual, that you make your own decisions. You probably even think you've got a soul or something. But it was absolutely predictable that you would fall in line, that you would commit crimes, that you'd be sitting in this car. Stimulus and response. That's all you are, Nichols. A little bug programmed to do things. And if this detour of yours turns out to be a feeble attempt at a trap, I will ignore my golden rule and kill you myself. That is a compliment.
Get out!
He's in a hurry.
Yeah. Run him down, Dave. Almost missed him there, Dave.
Where's Stern?
You've broken my arm. I'm not saying anything without a lawyer.
Stern is your lawyer. So why don't you just tell us where he is?
You are in so deep, you'll need several lives to serve out your sentence. Steve, any ideas?
Obviously along the coast, but there's loads of places they could sail from. Mike was helping you.
Yeah, he was.
There's something you should know.
What?
No chance you
I
can't.
have to, Jerry. It was stupid. I'm not doing time for murder.
What are you talking about?
The car's wired. I can't get through on his mobile. He always plays Tosca, the opera. In his car, usually bloody loud. There's a bomb in the car. When the sound gets to a certain pitch...
God!
Where are they going?
I don't know, honestly. He didn't tell me. Jerry, you saw the map. You've got to tell them, please.
You tell her now.
Get lost.
Now listen, we haven't got time to mess about. Where are they going?
Leave him to us.
What?
You and the police, leave him alone with us for 10 minutes. We'll soon get him to talk, won't we, George? How about a spot of arm wrestling? I think he needs a bit of proper physiotherapy, George. Bit of manipulation. Give his arm a little twist. Trust him.
No! We can't do this!
We'll be too busy finding Mike and Stern.
This is illegal.
Yes, but as you know, Mr. Green, the law is a very flexible thing.
Let me go first.
You haven't got the guts.
Tell them, Jerry!
15 minutes. Have the extra 5 on me. Come on.
It's somewhere near a place called Cow Church.
About 6 miles, you know it?
Yeah, there's 2 coves. It could be either
All
one.
right, come on.
What a lovely day for a sail, Mr. Nichols.
No, it must be the other cove. Let's go.
I'm gonna kill you, Nichols.
You couldn't even get the bomb right. Even when you screw up, you screw up.
It's my back! You got it, son! You got it, son! It's my back! Okay!